Now, we're all family here, and in our families, we demonstrate our caring by doing some sharing. So today, we want to show you that we care about you by sharing some of our favorite book recommendations.
Stay tuned on this minisode so we can share some of our favorite authors and some of our best nonfiction book recommendations starting right now.
If you're hearing all this culture talk and want to be a part of a thriving, growing culture, we want to invite you to be a part of Squeeze In.
Squeeze In Franchising offers you the chance to bring a culture and a vibe like Squeeze In to your community. You can make money, you can get time freedom for you and your family. We would love to have you as part of our Squeeze In family.
Join us in the ownership team and go to squeezein.com/franchising.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Phoenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Phoenix Productions.
Alrighty, kicking off the first minisode, we promised recommendations and we are here to deliver. So we want to start off with just saying a few global recommendations of authors that we love. We promise no matter what book, what blog, what audiobook you pick up from them or listen to, you will not be disappointed. And the first one that we're going to start off with is one you probably already know we're going to mention, John Maxwell.
Oh, any John book that you pick up is going to be amazing, but some special shout outs to everyone Communicates, View Connect, of course, The Ultimate 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and Intentional Living. Those are some of the best ones that we've gotten to read, but anything by John is really going to be impactful for you.
Like, dude's written almost 100 books, 25 million copies sold, a well-celebrated international bestseller. John Maxwell has perfected writing, especially about the topics of leadership, relationships, and attitude, and we love to learn from him. Now, what's beautiful about John, we've heard it said that he took the leadership cookies off of the top shelf and put them on the bottom shelf. If you are a fan of Kay and Chai Show, you've heard us share that analogy before. But what he does in his books that has been like what actually made those cookies move to the bottom shelf is this ability to use other people's stories, other quotes, research and examples, as well as his own personal experience and tie it all together to present a lesson, keeping us connected emotionally the entire time.
Well, speaking of somebody who is great at connecting with our emotions, the next global author recommendation we have for you is Dr. Brené Brown out of Houston. Now, Brené is an incredible researcher who started her journey and her career in researching the emotions of shame and vulnerability and how they affected performance in the workplace. How she built her career on this research and then has had some breakout books, whether you are reading Daring Greatly, Dare to Lead, or Atlas of the Heart, you really can't go wrong. Brené's research is sound and it's really complex.
Now, two more shout outs that we'll give before we get into official book recommendations. They're juggernauts in the industry. You probably know both names, both Tony Robbins and Oprah, who needs no last name, but it's Winfrey if you were wondering. Tony and Oprah are incredible authors that bring so much value to our lives through their writing, and we would highly recommend picking up anything written by either one of them.
All right. So Tony, Oprah, John Maxwell, Brené Brown. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite nonfiction books that we think would definitely add value to you if you give them an opportunity. Now, he's only written 3 books, and 2 of them are on this list. So I guess he's kind of one of our global authors too, but we got to start this one out with it. You know him if you're a longtime listener here at the Kay and Chai Show, Mr. Michael Singer, having written The Untethered Soul in his most recent book, Living Untethered.
Right. So it's a little bit of a global recommendation, but that specific book, The Untethered Soul, that one that kicked off so much deep spiritual learning. In fact, you'll get to hear more about that next week if you tune into next week's Kay and Chai Show. But that book transformed so much for us. The companion book that came out 16 years later, just this year in 2022, is called Living Untethered. and it refines on what you learn in Untethered Soul. So we would recommend either and hopefully both for you. But definitely our top recommendation coming in. I don't want to give any other ranks.
No ranks.
But in second are the following 7 books.
Well, we've read several of the books by the author Song Guru, but hands down, best book with the most bang for your buck is Inner Engineering. Inner Engineering is a great weaving of his tale of growing up and then also spiritual recommendations for how you can just help yourself be a little bit more energetically aligned.
We also love Atomic Habits, an amazing book. James Clear really bringing it with the research and the stories, clear cut and motivating, an excellent book. Another one in the same vein about trying to get yourself organized and achieving more while stressing less. Marie Forleo's Everything is Figure Outable is a fun read that's power-packed with great tips and strategies and will keep you motivated and inspired for a long time after.
Shout out to Jersey Marie.
Love our Jersey Marie.
Okay, our last book recommendation that we have for you is actually a dual recommendation by one author. If you're looking to maybe put on your social scientist hat and get into the sociology field, we would wholeheartedly recommend David Brooks's works, The Road to Character and Bobos in Paradise. These are both 2 really cool books that kind of give you an opportunity to do a little bit more of a dive into how people who are famous got to where they are, and how our bohemian bourgeoisie has evolved over time.
And slipping one through as the door closes here. Also, Becoming by Michelle Obama, another fantastic book you don't want to miss. Make sure it's on your list and make sure you're tuned in tomorrow for the next minisode.
This podcast was a production of Angel Phoenix Productions. Explore more episodes of this show or other great shows on the Angel Phoenix Podcast Network by visiting angelphoenix.com. The views expressed in this show do not necessarily represent those of Angel Phoenix Productions or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.